when the galaxy's apex predator met its match, the planet Virlon. 9 was built for spectacle. Floating above a red dwarf star, it shimmered like a jewel in the void, home to the intergalactic Coliseum, where the greatest species in the galaxy came to test their limits. Today's event, however, was different. Billions across 100 worlds tuned in. Even the Galactic Senate paused its sessions. Because this was not a competition between species. It was a demonstration, a test of dominance between life itself and the deadliest hunter ever engineered. They called it the Koroth Prime, a creature bred by the Kelder scientists to be the apex predator, a fusion of muscle, instinct, and centuries of selective evolution. No known life form had survived an encounter with it, until today. Because today it would face something new, a human, the arena of fear. The arena lights dimmed as the crowd hushed, metal walls retracted, revealing a vast circular pit. The Koroth Prime was released from containment, a towering mass of muscle and armor-plated scales, eyes burning like molten amber. It sniffed the air low and slow, releasing a guttural growl that vibrated through the stadium. Its claws sliced grooves into the steel beneath it. Commentators whispered nervously across the commnet. No being has ever lasted more than 40 seconds. They say it doesn't kill out of hunger. It kills because it enjoys the fear. Then, a door slid open on the far side of the arena. Out stepped Lieutenant Mara Vance, representing Earth. No armor, no exosuit, no weapon in her hands. Just a standard light combat uniform. Her hair tied back, eyes sharp. The crowd murmured, "Is this a joke?" They sent a soft body, a human. Even the Koroth seemed confused. It tilted its massive head, scenting the air, tasting the adrenaline that wasn't there. Mara simply stood there, unmoving, unblinking, waiting. The first move, the Koroth snarled, a sound that split the air. It charged, each footstep shaking the arena floor. The audience leaned forward, eager to see blood. But when it leapt, claws extended, jaws open, Mara moved. Not away, not back. She stepped inward, one clean motion, her body dropping low as the creature's claws sliced through the air above her. She twisted, palm grazing the steel floor, and came up behind it in perfect balance. The Koroth roared, spinning, its tail whipped like a blade. Mara ducked again, eyes never leaving its core. It struck again, and again, every blow faster than the last. But every strike missed by inches. And then something strange happened. The Koroth slowed down, not because it was tired, because it was hesitating. Predator meets predator. The alien students in the upper balconies of the arena watched in silence. They were used to seeing humans run, scream, die. But this one didn't act like prey. Professor CRYL, a xenopsychologist from the VRYNN collective, whispered into his recorder, unusual behavior, no flight reflex. She moves only when necessary, conserving energy. The Koroth cannot read her. In the pit, the beast snarled and circled, trying to find a weakness. Mara didn't give it one. Her voice echoed softly through her comlink, heart rate steady, breathing normal. "That's right," came the calm voice of her handler, Dr. Hughes, from the observation deck. "You're not fighting its body. You're fighting its instinct. Show it who's higher on the chain." The Koroth lunged again, but halfway through the movement, its pupils dilated. It froze. Something ancient screamed inside its DNA. Recognition. The memory of fear. Every predator in the galaxy evolved to kill. But deep in their genetic code were memories. Instincts carried from ancestors long dead. The Korotha's blood remembered being hunted. Long before it became the hunter. Before it was engineered and enhanced. Its primal DNA came from a world where something faster, smarter, colder had stalked the night. That something had been human. Mara saw it. The shift in its stance, the sudden flicker of uncertainty. She took one step forward, slow and deliberate. The Koroth growled low, confused. She took another step. It flinched. The crowd gasped. The galaxy's apex predator, the creature that had slaughtered entire platoons, was backing away. The breaking point. The Koroth tried to roar, to reassert control, but the sound cracked halfway through. It stumbled, retreating toward the shadows at the edge of the pit. Mara didn't chase it. She didn't need to. Her silence was enough. In the observation deck, Dr. Hughes watched the biometric feed in awe. Neural scans off the charts. The Koratha's fear centers are overloading. It's perceiving her as a higher-order threat. Professor Ciarwile muttered, "That's impossible. She's smaller, weaker, unarmed." Hughes smiled faintly. "You don't need claws when your species invented fear." The surrender. Finally, the Korath bowed its head. Slowly, reluctantly, like a king forced to kneel. The entire arena fell silent. For the first time in recorded galactic history, the apex predator of 1,000 worlds had submitted. Not to technology, not to weapons, but to presence. Mara exhaled once and turned her back to it, walking toward the exit. The beast didn't move, didn't breathe, didn't dare. Aftermath. In the hours that followed, the feeds went viral across the galaxy. Every news network replayed the moment the Korath bowed. Commentators tried to explain it. Pheromones, brainwaves, deception. But none could replicate it. Only the human could. When asked by an interstellar reporter how she did it, Mara simply said, "You can't outfight fear. You have to become the thing fear recognizes." Legacy. Weeks later, in a private laboratory orbiting Mars, Dr. Hughes reviewed the data with the Terran Defense Council. He zoomed in on Mara's neural readings. Steady heart rate, perfect composure, zero fear spikes. She didn't suppress fear, he explained. She redirected it. Humans evolved to face predators we couldn't overpower, saber-tooths, storms, extinction itself. We learned to outthink them, to turn fear into dominance. He looked at the hologram of the Korath bowing before her. Every species fears death, but only one learned to look in the eye and smile. Epilogue. In the arena, the Korath was returned to containment, but something had changed. It no longer attacked the guards, no longer growled when approached. It stayed in the far corner of its enclosure, silent. When alien researchers played back footage of Mara Vance, the creature's heart rate spiked, not in rage, but in reverence. And in the quiet halls of the Galactic Academy, a new law was written into the archives. Never underestimate the species that learned to fear nothing, not because it was fearless, but because it learned to master fear itself.